Okay, guys, so for today's video, I want to talk about this opinion piece that MSNBC keeps pushing out. Now, a few weeks ago, they posted this on their Twitter page. The far right's obsession with fitness is going digital. And I thought this was strange because I felt like I had seen this article already. And when you click it, it brings you to the article and it tells you that it was actually created in March of 2022. And so I thought, well, why are they promoting it now, July 10th of 2023? So I did a bit of digging, and it seems like they promoted it the day after this opinion piece came out, which, makes sense. However, they then retweeted it on February 9th of this year, followed by, again, March 11th of this year, finally coming to July 10th of this year. Now, this one had 44.2 million views. The previous time had only 77. This one had at least a million. But it made me wonder, what are they trying to push with this flexed arm and the Hail Hitler Nazi sign? And so I figured let's dive into this article. It says pandemic fitness trends have gone extreme, literally. White supremacists' latest scheme to valorize violence and hypermasculinity has gone digital. Now, again, as I said, this is an opinion piece. I don't know how this woman came up with this opinion, but it says it appears the far right has taken advantage of pandemic at-home fitness trends to expand its decade-plus radicalization of physical mixed martial arts (MMA) and combat sports spaces. Earlier this month, researchers reported that a network of online fascist fitness chat groups on the encrypted platform Telegram are recruiting and radicalizing young men with neo-Nazi and white supremacist extremist ideologies. It goes on to say, initially lured with health tips and strategies for positive physical changes, new recruits are later invited to closed chat groups where far-right content is shared. I don't know about you, but if you've ever joined a sort of a chat room or a group for one specific thing, and you develop, relationships with somebody, or maybe just make another small group, you tend to make another chat with those specific people. Now, I don't know what was in these chats. I can't prove whether it was neo-Nazi and this and this and that. But I don't think that just because people decided to go talk about right wing stuff or were interested in making themselves physically fit, unlike the left who likes to do body positivity and fat is beautiful and all this stuff, makes you right wing. However, the article does go in to say that basically boxers, jujitsus, and MMA fighters are Hitler. Physical fitness has always been central to the far right. Again, apparently the far left or the left don't care about their physical appearance, physical fitness. They just want to be unhealthy and die. I don't know. In Mein Kampf, Hitler fixated on boxing and jiu-jitsu, believing they could help him create an army of millions whose aggressive spirit and impeccably trained bodies combined with fanatical love of the fatherland would do more for the German nation than any mediocre tactical weapons training. Call me crazy, but I think any person who's interested in some sort of self-defense or training of any sort would automatically think boxing, jujitsu, martial arts, karate, taekwondo, anything like that. So, yeah, if Hitler decided to take advantage of that back in the day, that makes sense. But what are you trying to say that like Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, John Jones, Dustin Poirier, George St. Pierre, Conor McGregor, anyone who's in MMA or any side of fighting is a far right winger? Like, you gotta help me connect these dots somehow. The article then goes on to say, in modern times, far right groups have launched mixed martial arts and boxing gyms in the Ukraine, Canada, and France, among other places. In the US, it's comparatively far behind, which will only become more and more problematic, especially since the phenomenon is growing in the country, building on the established Fight Club culture of the MMA far right extremists. Again, I don't know where this woman went, what she was watching, where she developed this opinion. Just because you do some sort of physical activity, some sort of physical training, anything like that, does not mean that you're far right. And one of the more crazier parts of this article is here, where it says the intersection of extremism and fitness leans into a shared obsession with the male body, training, masculinity, testosterone, strength, and competition. This for men would be basically all the pillars that they are trying to accomplish while trying to work out. The male body, that's why you have bodybuilding competitions. I don't know how any of that intersects with extremism and fitness. Goes on to say physical fitness training, especially in combat sports, appeals to the far right for many reasons. Fighters are trained to accept significant physical pain, to be warriors, and to embrace messaging around solidarity, heroism, and the brotherhood. You could say this about the army. That's what is a key component within the armed forces, or whether it be the army, the navy, the marines. You need to have solidarity. You have to have a brotherhood. You have to be able to withstand physical pain. Again, this has nothing to do with being far right or an extremist. But even though this article, as I mentioned, was written in 2022, there's been other articles that have been written, such as Gym Bros More Likely to Be Right Wing Assholes, Science Confirms. This was written in 2017. Another one in 2018. Do you boast about your fitness? Watch out, you'll unavoidably become right wing. Now, reading most of this article made me think whether this was satire or not, but at one point this woman says, I've been writing a fitness column for a year, and in this time I've digested very little about what exercise does for your body. You write a fitness blog and you don't understand what exercise does for your body? But then she goes on to say, but I know everything about what it does to your personality, and none of it is pretty. And again, later on in the article, she equates it to being a right wing thing. She says, this is especially a problem for cyclists who come to think of themselves as an off grid warrior class. Again, they love using this word warrior. Having performed their commute, drawing on no more resources than their own glutes and maybe a sports drink, unavoidably, over time, this makes you more right wing. Now, if that is the case, then tickle me pink. I would much rather be right wing than left wing if it meant having my health be in check. Because if you just look at the adult obesity map, and this is old, this hasn't even been updated. I'm sure it's been changed. Look at the states. No country should be looking like this. But then you have articles like this that discourage people from losing weight and getting physically fit because all of a sudden you're somehow connected to Hitler and Nazis and right-wing extremists. Anyways, as always, love to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much. If you like that content, don't forget to check out some of the others, and as always, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. Thanks so much.